Hey, you just had a great interview, Jackie, with Mr. Wyclef Jean, brother.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Huh?
I mean, it's like I was kind of really anticipating the fact that his wealth and his fame would have been, made him not to talk about.
A little bit inaccessible, but no, he was totally accessible.
And
right?
being at the bowling alley with his daughter on her birthday, very cool, brother, man. But you know what blew me out of the water is when I was trying to implement Jamboxx into the interview, and where it was stoppable because he knew about him already.
Yeah, he's cool. He knew about it.
Yeah, I was going to tell him about, as I said to Mike yesterday on the phone, there's not a personal home studio or corporate studio that should be without a Jamboxx, man. And when I started playing this, now understand, you know me, I don't read or write or stitch music.
Yeah.
But with this, it blew me out of the water. We were talking about, and you're old enough to remember this, the old EWI.
They still have it. They're still around.
Yeah, but still,
But it's not quite this.
Not even close to this, because just the preloaded instruments alone in this blew me out of the water. But then when I use Logic Pro now, being the Pro Tools guy that I used to be, even the standard preset stuff that comes with Logic, or even the presets in here, blew me out of the water. Not to mention the ones you can buy offline or whatever they were saying that you can add to this. But ingenious, man.
Yeah, brother. Open it up, man. I want to see what these look like now.
Let's talk more unboxing.
Yes.
I want to know. Well, it's like I'm all about it.
I know you had a chance to kind of go through it already.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Show the rest of the world.
So the packaging is beautiful. You can help me out there. In here comes with the standards, the welcome to, and this is it. I mean, this is the Jamboxx. This is a small little Allen wrench that comes, and what that's used for, which Mike taught me and tutored me, if you will, on the Jamboxx. This is the way it comes out. Now, this stand is, on a standard microphone stand. It goes in and screws in the bottom of any microphone stand, and can be used if you are not, don't have the ability, or like today, my right hand is kind of screwed up. You can use this as a standalone on a microphone stand, and then you would simply blow through the mouthpiece that's on the back. And of course you can switch these out also. There's if you're going to be using through all the guys in the studio, you don't want to be blowing out of the same.
You got an education version that has like 8 of these.
Exactly. And it's still cleaned off itself, but what is amazing about this is that out of the box it was that easy, but we sat there and we tweaked it up. We took some of the back breath blowout, as he calls it, by using the little Allen wrench to tighten it up. And these, now again, I'm going to pull it off the system. So again, this is something you can use on a microphone stand if in fact you can't use your hands, and or you are a standalone musician that wants to have it as an additional instrument on stage. And but this is the go ahead and fill this though. It's not that heavy, but it's so well made. It's all out of ABS plastic. Michael was explaining to me, the CEO of Jamboxx, and which is really, really cool because this is the bender. So if you're going to be playing guitar, now I have it calibrated. He helped me calibrate it. So with my weird right hand, if it's not working, I'm not going to have to knock it and uncalibrate it from the Jamboxx software that's put on your computer through Apple or through Mac. Through PC. And it's amazing.
For you, it's always Apple or Mac.
Right, exactly. Don't get me going on that. But the beautiful part about this, which blew me out of the water. In fact, the first time I was introduced to Jamboxx, Cappy and I, we sat down, and I'm not going to lie, man, we were crying. And I was crying to the fact that I got emotional because brothers and sisters have lost their ability to play because of stroke or ALS and so on. I mean, I can tell you all day long, I'll get emotional now, and I'm not playing with you. To be in that situation where if MS has kicked my ass for the day, and Cappy walks in the studio and says, "Turn it off. You're getting frustrated because I'm yelling at every expletive because I'm the whitest guy on Soul Train because I can't get my groove on, for the lack of a better word." What this is so cool because even if your right or left hand is affected, you can use it on the stand. But again, I'm fortunate enough that I can play still. My congas, my timbales, my toys. But the beauty of this is that I call it the suck and blow. I couldn't figure out how you're going to get the sounds of congas, that sound, and which I was doing incorrectly. I was only blowing into the system, and I wasn't sipping, as they call it, SIP. So I call it suck and blow. So to get the conga sound, boom bam, instead of blowing in, bump, 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 you blow in, suck it, and blow in and suck it, blow, suck. So you get the boom, bump, and so you can get the sound. If it's up here and it can come from here into this, you're playing music again, man.
That's cool.
And
this is a very, very cool package. You got your
it's a plug-in.
USB.
Yeah, it's a plug-in. Again, it's a MIDI wind device. It goes in the back of any USB connector, and it connects on the bottom here, and again on the bottom itself. Now, which is really, really cool. I was asking questions like, what does this button right here do? Well, this is your trigger. So you can trigger out of guitar into keyboard. Everything that allows you to program from the hardware, software on your computer will read immediately into this.
Very cool.
And so, so I was asking questions like, if I'm playing congas, because when I record, I'm not going to record all different colors. I'm going to record shaker. What's the shaker interface on this is amazing. Again, there's other ones, as Mike said, there's better ones out in the marketplace. But out of the box, it's ready to go.
Did you jam any like melodies?
We did to a certain level. In fact, what it got kind of tied up yesterday because I was going to pull in songs that already had percussion on it, but I had to redo it because I came out of Pro Tools into Logic. So I'm going to record on songs that I already put percussion on. I'll just pull the percussion out, and I promised Mike from Jamboxx I'll send him a song through WeSend or.
We're gonna have to play that on Jackie's group.
Yeah,
at some point.
and I just think it's pretty amazing. You know, for those out there that just don't have the ability, I'm fighting back the tears, man, because this gives the ability to the brothers and sisters they can't play anymore, or didn't think they could play anymore.
Yeah.
And if it's the last thing they can do, if you go to jamboxx.com, all their links of their sponsored artists and or the A-team, if you will, and to be asked to be their international or their worldwide ambassador.
Yeah.
And thanks to you guys, thanks to my network, for bringing this together, man. I mean, this is an honor, man. For years I was spokesperson for major drug companies because of my multiple sclerosis, and it almost seemed like it was kind of going against my my better judgment, of using drugs. I'm not on that anymore, and I always use the term, you can't promote Wheaties if you're not eating it.
Yeah.
I'm promoting this, man, because on the times when my right hand doesn't want to work, and God knows I can talk, and sell crap in a brown paper bag and
we know you got the air to fill that one up, brother.
But it's a no-brainer. And again, too, it's all what was it? Chromatic?
Mm-hmm.
Chromatic scales, monochromatic, and I tweaked it so I won't screw up the bender.
Yeah.
I can move it now, but it's not going to do anything on their interface on the computer.
Yeah.
Switching between Pro Tools, any wind instrument. Again, I am totally naive when it comes to plugins because I've always been an acoustic player.
Yeah.
This was simple, man. You plug it in, and if you can read, follow it.
Yeah.
And you can interface with Pro Tools and with Logic is a no-brainer. You can switch back and forth the screen, you can minimize the screen, and so on. Captain, what was it, an hour? We had about a tutorial about an hour. Mm-hmm. Actually, the first hour was because I couldn't get on damn Skype. But once we did that, we were pretty amazed because watching the CEO of Jamboxx, Mike, along with Chris, his engineer, giving thumbs up because again, a guy who doesn't read or write or stitch in music, I was able to pull it out of the box. And after a couple minutes of tweaking everything, finding out that this is a switch. Now, I won't be using this because I can't imagine using this on stage.
Yeah. But in the studio.
Well, in the studio, absolutely. Okay. To the part, now, will this replace my acoustic instruments? No.
It's an additive.
It's an additive too.
Meant to amplify what you're doing.
It gives me the ability to play what I can't play. I mean, just because I've been a 30-year player in the industry, MS has taken some of it away.
Yeah.
Just brought it back.
Yeah.
So am I a firm believer in this? But it blew me out of the water that Wyclef. Here I'm trying to do the push to Wyclef. Oh, our new sponsor is. And right when I said Jamboxx, he said Jamboxx himself.
Yeah.
So I promised I kind of put the best so you can dock me for the pay. But we got to get one of these out to Wyclef. I'm sure it's a no-brainer to have it in the studio.
Yeah.
And but he's 100% behind it because it's all about education. For those who are more educated than I am, but have lost the ability to teach, this is the new format. This is the chalkboard. This is the
there you go.
Jamboxx. It comes in, Mike said it comes in blue and red,
Yeah.
for the lack of a better word. I told him I wanted this color. He said there's going to be a lot more improvements, if you will, on any plugins that they have available through Jamboxx. It'll be like any kind of an application through Apple or through Microsoft. They can update and for any new any new plugins that are available, they'll be available with that. So when you buy the system,
any DAWs or anything.
absolutely, Digital Audio Workshop. Am I right? And DAW?
Yeah.
Okay, and but it's is there any plans? I asked him if this is if there's going to be a new and improved. He goes, no, this is it. This is it right now because this is everything.
7 years in it.
Yeah, 7 years it took him to produce what, and he didn't put it out. He said until he knew it was going to be right. And as you talked and I talked about it before, on the educational ones, these mouthpieces.
They have a bunch of,
they can interchange. And so back to the box, it's really, the packaging is there. It's a no-brainer.
There's some pieces for software. It comes with
Gives you the startups.
Ableton Live, right?
Mhm.
With Ableton Live 9 Lite, so it's included. So if you don't have your DAW, it does include that.
And again, forgive me for being an American, but this is all made in America. And it says right here on the back of the box, made in the USA, so I don't know if that's any specialty, but Americans can build a product. They can build electronics.
Yeah.
But I love the back of it. It's, again, coming up with the device took the longest, but putting it all together and having the ability to drop it on the floor and so on through ABS plastic, it's quite, and even if someone that, like me, that has limited in my right hand, putting it back together, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to probably step on my noodle, but it's just a matter of putting it together here and it's back on the system.
There you go.
Just like this, and it's fully accessible, rotation and such, so
Very cool.
I'm a firm believer, man. I'm honored, thank you guys for putting this together, man, because it's, I can only imagine, man, what the ability for people who have lost the ability to play now can do it. And the sounds, I told Paulie that the guitar, the rock guitar, I was rocking out last night. I was playing rock and roll guitar, lead guitar. And you can go on...
and we saw some videos, just people that aren't disabled, but like playing acoustic guitar, playing
absolutely.
rhythm, and playing a lead guitar line over their own strumming. And,
I think Mike said too, they were going to get together kind of like a Neil Young, kind of a harness around the neck, so that you can, I don't want to sit there and take business away from other musicians, but you can walk on stage.
It's pretty much an electronic harmonica.
That's exactly what it is. You can loop through this. You can, you can play drum patterns on this. You can become a full orchestra with this because I even played marimba. I don't play marimba, but the sound is legitimate. It really is, and that's the marimba that was made available through Logic Pro.
Yeah.
But again, too, not to say that they only have a fraction of what Logic has, but all the other plugins that you can purchase outside, everything is plug and play, for the lack of a better word. So,
Very
Michael,
cool.
thank you very, very much, and to all the
And
brothers
Dwight.
and sisters out there, and Dwight, of course, and Chris, who helped me through, get everything tweaked up. The best thing about this, it is a plug and play instrument, and if I can do it, I don't want to sound cliche, anybody can do it because I don't read a stitch of music. I'll write a stitch of music. You don't have to with this.
Very cool.
That's really cool. So go out there and buy a Jamboxx, man.
And tune into Jackie's Groove.
Yeah, and turn into Jackie's Groove. Go to pitbullaudio.com or straight to jamboxx.com. But guys, do yourselves a favor and go check out the videos. It'll link you right back to YouTube, and it's all inspiring.
Awesome.
For lack of a better word. Thank you, man.
Well, cool, brother.